Hi, my name's Jess and I'm a freelance seamstress. I started my business, The Sewing Room, in 2022 whilst on maternity leave from my full-time job. This gave me the opportunity to get a bit of extra money alongside looking after my little boy. It also put my degree to good use. I've got a fashion degree, a BA Honours fashion design and construction degree, and I also studied historical costume design in 2009. My main role in my business is basically taking on alterations from members of the public. A lot of them get through to me on a messaging service on Instagram or Facebook. Put myself out there. I've also put business cards around on some friends' kind of independent businesses in the town. I do also work alongside some small independent businesses and retail shops. This can be anything from sewing in some labels in some t-shirts from a printing company to recently a retail store has got in touch. They sell men's and women's clothing, just kind of things like taking in jackets or taking up a pair of trousers or a skirt, anything like that really they pass on to me to do. Having said this, it's also led me on to recently a bridal shop has got in touch. So I go through to her shop one day a week usually, and I'll go in and do the first fit for the bride, go through any alterations they need for that, and then I'll take it home and work on the gown from there. And that's something that I've discovered I really enjoy actually. So I've kind of put myself out there more for the bridal kind of aspect as well. So I'm hoping I will get a bit more work in that area. And then my old boss actually has got an alteration shop in Beverley, so he's got in touch with me for some bridal wear that he's been asked to do as well. So it's definitely opened some kind of opportunity and some doors in that area, which I wasn't expecting. I think the thing I like most about it is the freedom. It's the freedom to kind of take on what I want when I want. I can do it from home. It's not always easy. I do need childcare to do it, but generally I could do it on an evening when he's in bed or on a weekend when my partner's there. So it does give me the freedom to do it. And like I say, it gives me a bit of extra money as well, because I work part-time 2 days a week. So it'll give me a little bit of extra money from what I'd lost really in working full-time before I had my child. You can really just decide on what you want to take on and what jobs you want to take on. I'd say to anyone else wanting to go down this route to just go for it. I waited really until I had the opportunity, and as soon as I did, I was kind of inundated with things that people needed. I didn't really realise people needed it that much. All you really need is some tools and a working space. I mean, it helps if you have some knowledge in clothing construction and textiles. You definitely need some sewing skills, and it helps to kind of work with different fabrics, but ultimately it's just down to your tools and your time. So anyone can set it up really if they've got that bit of knowledge and experience. I don't currently travel with my role, obviously because it's kind of a side job for me. It's not my main role, but someone who wanted to travel, you definitely could. You could just take your work with you. You could just take on hand sewing jobs, things like that. Power of social media is good as well. It gets your name out there. You can kind of pick up messages from anywhere in the world, so you could definitely travel alongside it. Miss Addy also asked me what advice I would give to my 15-year-old self studying textiles. I think this is a good question. I think my answer to that would be just be expressive. I don't think you need to get too caught up in a brief or a theme. You just need to be passionate about what you're designing and why you're doing it, and that'll show throughout your work. Biggest thing I think as well is don't compare yourself to others. What you will have someone else won't, and vice versa. And once you learn to find that passion, experiment with what works for you, then you'll find your niche and just enjoy it. I loved it at school, so hopefully everyone could do the same. So yeah, hope that helps.